What's going on, legends? I told you guys in the last video that the next video you guys would see would be a total transformation aesthetically of the Chaser, and that starts with these boys getting put on. Now, I don't believe you guys know what the wheels are yet, so of course in true YouTuber fashion I'm going to keep it that way, but yeah, I am bloody stoked. Now you may be thinking, you're in a ute, why are all the wheels in the back? Well, I couldn't be asked putting stuff down in the tub because it only just stopped pissing down, and yeah, I couldn't be asked trying to make it all nice so that I don't scratch the wheel. So they're all nicely chucked in the back here, all with a towel in between each rim and on either side in case it falls into the door. So yeah, if anything, I sort of prefer it this way because it keeps them extra safe. But we're in the BT, we're heading down to Align Motorsports now in the Gold Coast. Those legends have been absolutely awesome enough to agree to let me film inside the shop, so they're going to be lowering the car on the current coilovers, which are Tom's Advox or something like that. They're like pristine, they are in such good condition, so I figured we'll just see what happens if we lower it on them. So yeah, they're going to lower it, put the new wheels on, and then do an alignment, and we'll be rolling out well and truly in style. So I am proper stoked, very excited. I have to remember I've got the center caps as well, so I'll grab them out now. The wheel nuts are in the Chaser. Yeah, they are. They're in the Chaser, so that'll be sweet. I'll make sure. I've only got three boxes here, so I better make sure that I have all the center caps. There should be a fourth somewhere. All right, crisis averted. One of the boxes just had two, but I'll give you a bit of a clue on the wheels. It's blurry as, but that's gonna do. That's all you're gonna get. All right, let's hit the road. I'm gonna probably get Gemma to drive the Chaser down, maybe. She'll probably shit herself driving the wheels because they're not cheap. But yeah, we are pretty much borderline running late at the moment. I think we meant to leave 2 minutes ago or something, so I'll go grab Gemma, convince her to drive the old mighty Chaser with 15-year-old tires in the wet, and we'll send it down to the Gold Coast. We were literally just there yesterday for Mother's Day, so shout out to all the mums, happy Mother's Day for you guys. But yeah, now we are going right back there today, and in the rain. What a shitty weather day for a cool reveal, but that's right, we'll make the most.
Please do not get in my way. You cannot drive in my lane. Tires is burning the paint. You don't have nothing to say. This is how legends are made. I know I got what it takes. And I'm not popping the brakes. And I'm not popping the brakes. I'm too competitive. I like the narrative. That I'm the best in the league. Who you comparing with? That isn't fetid. Top of the throne, it is me. How you moving slow when it's speed? I just been bringing the heat. I just been bringing the fire. Bringing the fire. I just been bringing the. And they can't stop me. They know that I'm bringing the. I got the fuel in my veins. Trust me, I'm making a name. We are not one and the same. I am on top of the game. I cut out the line on my brakes, and that's why the drive is insane. Heart of a champ, adrenaline rushes is numbing the pain. I'm too competitive, I like the narrative. That I'm the best in the league. Who you comparing with? That isn't fetid. Top of the throne, it is me. How you moving slow when it's speed? I just been bringing the heat. I just been bringing. All right, guys. Well, I did a real stupid YouTuber move, and I thought my camera batteries were charged, and they were not. So I have 2% to conclude this little segment. So essentially, these coilovers, because it was just owned by obviously grandpa or whatever, yes, it had adjustable coilovers, but they were the street one, not the race. So the adjustment in them was absolutely not what we needed. So the car was lowered, absolutely not at any acceptable point for this Chaser. So what was a $300 lower and align is now a $2.5 grand. I now have custom spring rate BC coilovers that have just been ordered, and then they take about 2 weeks. So next time I'm home, I fly to work on this Wednesday coming. Today's Monday, so yeah, I'll fly away for 2 weeks and then come back, and then I'm getting another thing done to this, and then we'll book in and get the coilovers done. So
it'll be good. And even, honestly, even if we could get this at an acceptable height, the spring rate is far too soft, so I'd probably just end up munching my guards. So it's one of those things. I've essentially paid to lower a car for 2 weeks that I'm not even going to be here to see it lowered. So was it silly? Maybe, but at least I get my little instant gratification. I get to see what the wheels look like. I cut it close with brake clearance, like you could thinly chop a piece of grass in the gap between the caliper and the rim. But I'm absolutely stoked on my rim choice. I think it looks unreal. I'll see how I go. I won't have enough battery now to do a little montage, but I filmed some things in the shop. I don't know if you would have seen the rim already or if I would have blurred it out, I'm not sure, but let's roll the montage, baby.
I just been bringing the fire. Been bringing the fire. I just been bringing the fire. And they can't stop me. They know that I'm bringing the. They thought I was underdog. I did not fear not one of y'all. They thought I was underdog. I did not fear not one of y'all. They thought I was underdog. I do not fear not one of y'all. They thought I was underdog. I did not fear not one of y'all. I'm too competitive. I like the narrative. That I'm best in the league. Who you comparing with? That isn't fetid. Top of the throne, it is me. How you moving slow on the speed? I just been bringing the heat. I just been bringing the.
All right, guys. So we are home. We obviously just washed it. It's been a couple hours since then. We actually had some word I can't use. Throw something at my windscreen while we were driving home. I don't know what it was. Something purple and very juicy. It splattered all over the windscreen, which yeah, not a great thing to happen after you've just washed a car, but it's still very far from clean. It was just an auto little car wash, but yeah, a bit of a stupid person thing to do, but here we go. So here is a quick little in detail. The wheels are already filthy, but I have got myself some work T5R 2Ps. These are my first ever 2-piece wheels or multi-piece wheels at all. I've seen these on another chaser that just look absolutely unreal. JZX100, Panda, I think his name is on Instagram. I'll chuck that there because that chaser needs a huge amount of love. He's since changed the wheels, but yeah, he had these and it looked just so good. So I had to get them. And purple, I said in my last video that I wanted some purple accents. So the purple work wheel nuts, which is pretty cool. Work wheel nuts on work wheels. I thought that was a nice little touch. I had the most unbearably close call with the brake clearance. If you look, there is like you can't even put your finger in it. Like, it is seriously that tight of clearance. It is insane, but I think they look absolutely wicked. Now again, we maxed out our coilovers, so that is pretty well as low as I could get it. The tires definitely need a clean, but yeah, that is just not going to cut it whatsoever. So new coilovers have been ordered, and ideally I'd probably like it to tuck, you know, somewhere maybe around here or something like that, and put a bit more camber in it. The fitment obviously has a little bit of work to do on the rear, but I'm not too mad at it. It's respectable, but yeah, she definitely needs to come down at least an inch, I would say, inch and a bit. But I think just for the meantime, I'm not too unsatisfied with that. It gives a bit of a glimpse of the vision and what this car will look like. I think it's all starting to change with the wheels. The bride's looking mint. It's starting to come together. The wheel definitely needs to go next because that just looks just garbage. And then when we have a nice exhaust coming out the back as well, I think it'll all tie it in. But I mean, just the rear angle, even just with that polished lip, yeah, I think it looks bloody sick. So here's a little bit of a glimpse of what's to come. I still think that looks so cool just as is, but you can imagine what it's going to look like when that's dropped a little bit more. If anything, honestly, I may even, oh, it's still zoomed in, may even want a 5mm spacer or something just to bump that rear out a little bit. we'll see what happens once we lower it. That could probably get, honestly looking at that, could probably get it sort of fender to lip pretty good almost. But yeah, I'm stoked. And you know what, if I'm showing you guys that actually, you know what, there is one other thing that was going to complete this whole sort of reveal, I guess you could say, but seeing that we aren't able to get it at the height that I want, I'm going to save that until it's fully done, and that is my new plates. So it can stay as Zututu for now, and then once it's at its perfect height, I'll chuck the new plates on, and that's when it'll have a whole new entity. But I'm absolutely stoked with my wheel choice. Let me know what you guys would have done. I don't know if they're for everyone. I think they're pretty cool. The T7Rs are pretty popular, but I don't know, I think the 5-spoke just looks sick. Like, just imagine that a bit lower. Damn, that's what I got to get a photo actually. Oh, both cars lowered and lifted. That is not a bad garage / driveway to have. Actually, I'm going to stop and get a photo. How is that for a golden hour? That is gorgeous. But yeah, I really hope you guys like it, because I've been pretty stoked to sort of get this thing lowered. I was a little bit bummed that we weren't able to get it nice and slammed, but that's right, it gives me something to look forward to. We've been given a glimpse, so yeah, huge. Anyway, that is version 2, maybe, I suppose we'll call it, of the Chaser, with a few more finishing touches to go. But yeah, I'm stoked. Like, the seats, for me, this has all happened in a matter of a couple of days. So if you didn't watch the last one, Muteki Imports helped me get those seats, so shout out to those guys. The wheels I sourced myself. Muteki helped me get the wheel nuts. But yeah, if anything, this video I have to give a huge shout out to Align Motorsports for one, letting Gemma and I just hang out in the shop while he lowered it and gave it an alignment, and willing to teach me some stuff with like the laser alignment and how it all works, what, you know, like toe and camber, how it affects it, all that sort of stuff. I didn't chuck the camera in his face. I just, you know, filmed just more B-roll stuff, because, you know, putting a camera in someone's face in their workshop can be a little bit, I don't know, I think it's a bit rude unless they're into that sort of thing. But yeah, huge shout out to him for letting us actually in the shop and document some of the process for you guys. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. I don't know if it'll be very long, but yeah, let me know in the comments please, what do you guys think? Obviously, imagine it slammed a little bit more, with a bit more camber. Also, I went RE003s in the front and just some Windrun junkers in the back, because, well, you guys know why. But yeah, are you guys starting to see the vision? What are your thoughts? Let me know, because I genuinely am curious, because obviously you guys watching and enjoying this is what makes it all worth it, I suppose, from a YouTube point of view. But man, I'm geeking out at it. Even at this height, like, it really makes me want to bag it and just... But I've already bought the coilovers. I got a few coilover people. I did, oh, face this way. I got BC Racing Gold and a custom spring rate of 18 kilo for the rear and 22 for the front. So that's what I was recommended. And I guess it's been tested and tried from Align Motorsports. He said he just did that setup on a car last week or something, and it didn't feel too stiff yet. Great result, so I'll run with that. But that's where we're going to sign off. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please smash the subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram, because I'm going to put up a photo for me in like maybe half an hour or something. So if you could go show it some love, I'd appreciate that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.